everybody. So we are going to be attempting the cross wreath again. The last one that I made, I didn't have it in portrait setting on my phone, so I did not see that the majority of the video was upside down. So we are doing this again. Instead of an Easter wreath, we are going to be doing a memorial wreath because that is the holiday coming up, and it is an important time to remember those.
Mom, you got sparkle on Luna.
Yes, Luna is sparkly. She got in the way of the glitter. Sorry. It is important that we remember and honor those that we have lost. So we are going to be making a memorial wreath, and we are going to be using the Dollar Tree wreath form. And this is a combination of Cruffle and Ruffle. And the reason why I do it this way is, and it varies depending on how much, like how thick or opaque your mesh is, how thick your foil is, and everything. Text message. Thank you, Sprint. It's Sprint. Okay. So the tutorial that I originally watched was just Cruffles, and I used a white iridescent mesh, and by the time I was done with just doing the Cruffles, even though they were pretty squanched together, you could still see the frame through it. It was very gappy, and so I filled it in with Ruffles, which I have done before on Cruffle wreaths. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong with the Cruffles, but apparently I'm doing something wrong because they're always gappy when I finish. So I'm going to show you how to do the Cruffles and the Ruffles. Maybe if your mesh is thicker, then it will be, maybe the Ruffles wouldn't be necessary. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this beautiful blue mesh. This was, do not touch that, please. That's going to mess up the video. We'll move the camera. This was on sale.
Mom,
Yes, sweetie.
can I have the rectangle thingy?
Yes, you can have the rectangle thingies. See, all of it, all the tutorials, everything's well put together. These women look like they have it all together, and reality is that it's always chaos when, unless if you don't have small children. So, yeah, but like I say in all my videos, when you shop and shop clearance, don't think in terms of season, because I mean, this was Christmas. So is this. So, we are going to get started, and I have done a bunch of my, pretty much almost all of my Cruffles and Ruffles. I've got them in my big basket here, but I left 4 of each pieces of mesh, so I can show you the technique a few times, and then we can move on. So I've got these cut to 30 inches, and then I've got these cut to 18. Now normally when you do smaller Ruffles with the 6-inch, it's, or 5.5 inch depending on where you buy it from, it's normally 15 inches, but I tried it out on a few scraps, and I felt that the 18-inch matched the size of the Cruffle well enough without being more Cruffles, which would have made it entirely too poofy. So I experimented with it, and it looked like 18 inches was the best size, even though it's kind of odd to not go in pipes. So, your pipe cleaners, and you only need half sizes, and the easiest is, so you're going to want to make all of these ahead of time, and then you just tie them on in the end. So get you something heavy to keep from rolling away, and then you start with the curl, and you do five rolls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And oh my goodness gracious, I forgot my chip clip. I got my tool bag here with all of my stuff. So I got my chip clip. Don't do your curls too tight, otherwise they won't floof out the way you're gonna want. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're gonna pinch this together and do the ruffle part and just gather, and keep your lines in the middle so it winds up even. And so you've got this little cruffle, and you can kind of take your index fingers and poof out a little bit on your rings. And then switch hands, because you want this curly, cruffly part on top, and then you take your, now it's his school, good grief. People, leave me alone, I'm doing stuff. Okay, so you're gonna put it front, and then you're gonna pull it tight, and I give it 3 good twists. So 1, 2, and 3. Toss it aside. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. Okay, something heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pinch it, flip it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gather, let it bring it to you. We're not doing rowing exercises. Well, I mean, in this strange time that we are in, and we cannot go to the gym, maybe you want to follow it, and you get your rowing exercise in. You work your arms out a little bit. I mean, that's a way. That's a workout. Then you can justify wreath making as a good workout. So, gonna pull it tight. Twist, twist, twist. Flip it out a little bit. Toss it aside. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do that a lot. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip. Stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gather. Pinch it together. Switch hands. Why am I one short? Okay, I see a red one down there in my basket, so it just kind of probably ran away. The fan was on earlier, and I had to keep chasing my stuff. 3 good twists. Toss it aside. Where's my... Oh, there it is. I found it. I was going to clip another one, but not necessary. It was right there. Cleverly hidden in plain sight. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gather. And pinch it together. Switch hands. Put it across. Pull it tight. And don't get away from me. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay, now we're going to be doing the ruffles. Now, a lot of people like doing them like this. I don't like it. I feel like the edges stick out too much, and I'm weird. I like doing things a little bit different sometimes. So I do lay it the same way I would do the cruffle, but you're something heavy, and then I just do a small little fold, and then roll it over, and then we gather, keeping the lines in the middle. Shoot. Okay, you take your middle fingers, push them down, fourth fingers, middle fingers, and pull it together. And look how pretty that is. Okay. And then, of course, we switched to hands, so we got it on the right side. Make it easier on us, even though it looks like I'm struggling right now. And then pull, twist, twist, twist. And we flip it out a little bit. Oh, goodness. What did I do? What did I do? There we go. A little longer on one side. Oh, you're not going to be able to tell once it's in there. Okay. Put it out. Do your little fold. Little fold. Maybe if I switch it. Okay. Okay, little fold, little fold. Cruffle, 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 cruffle. My camera stand is not stellar, otherwise it'd be like over my shoulder while I did this, so you can really see. But yeah. 1, 2. Okay. And you switch hands. But just like that in the front. Pinch it around. And then pull it tight. Twist. Twist, twist, floof a little bit, toss it, okay, and do it 2 more times. Oh yeah, there's one over here, basket. 1, pull. Yes, I make sound effects. I feel like it makes the process more fun. And then people in the house know that I'm still doing stuff. Okay, let's switch hands. Okay. Twist, 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 floof, just a little bit. Boop. One more time. Then we'll drag the wreath form out and we'll do a little bit on that. Okay, fold, fold, squanching, we're squanching. Keeping those lines center. Okay. Fold, pinch, the bow tie. Oh, we switched hands. Put it in the middle. Come on. A little curl in the way. Okay. Then we pull it tight. Twist, twist, twist. Little floofage. Okay. So, got our Cruffles and Ruffles, and I'm going to put my basket right here. Okay. Got my Ruffles. Okay. All my Ruffles are done in the red and white. Are they? No, they're not. Okay. See, I did these a couple of days ago. I've just been kind of burned out and getting forgetful. Okay. And oh goodness gracious, I forgot to tell you. And this is what drives me nuts with some tutorials, is that it's not all at the beginning. Okay. Okay, you're gonna want 21 of the 30 inch and 18 of the Ruffles. So.
Hey, Mom.
Yes, baby.
Can you help me search for
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sock the Train with Thomas?
Oh, okay. In just a minute, let me finish what I'm doing. Okay. So we're going to take this, and we are not going to fill in this middle part because your bow is going to nest in here. So you won't have to like pull and squish to get that to nestle in. And then you also save some mesh, which is nice. Always nice to be able to save materials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dark blue on the ends because that's going to be the place where there's the most possibility of seeing this part. Okay. So I like floofing just before I do my ends. On the other ones, you can go back through and do that, but I like doing it on the ends so I don't slide it around. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Have your ends. Now on the ends, And I'm really gonna try, okay, we're gonna scooch forward. I'm really gonna try to make sure that you guys can see this. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it through, and you're gonna go across the 2 inner bars, right there. And then you're gonna pull it tight, so it's sitting tight, tight, tight at the bottom. And then you're going to wrap 1 time around that bottom bar, and that's gonna keep it from sliding down underneath. So 1 is wrapped, and then 2 is wrapped, and then we're gonna, my planner's getting away from me. And then we're gonna take these little 2 ends, and we're going to twist it around, just like that. And see, you have your beginning, and see, even then, it's kind of, it likes moving, it really does. And what's happening? There we go. Okay, so now we are going to, oh yeah, I did these extra just in case, because I wound up being a couple short of these. So what I like doing is I like going in with my Cruffles first. So 1, and we put them down, 2 middle bars, and we're going to twist and give it some good twists. We want that nice and tight and secure. Okay, so what I do is I do 3 Cruffles on this one, on this bottom bar, because it's a little bit shorter than the others. And then on the longer ones, I do 4, and then 3, 3, and then 4. And then you put your ruffles in between each one. So we got that. And then, and I didn't have any white, so I used silver, because I had a lot of silver, but it looked like it worked. So we're gonna pull through, and it doesn't give you a whole lot of wiggle room, so it's really important that you get as tight as possible, and you get the tinsel ties even, so you have enough to grab onto to twist, because you really don't have a whole lot of room. See, it's very, very short. There's like ½ inch on each one after you get done twisting. So, okay, now I'm going to do my ruffles. And so you just kind of spread these 2 just a little bit. And I should have taken my ring off, because it does have a tendency to snag on deco mesh. That's why I don't typically wear jewelry, and I always wear my hair back, because there are 3 things that deco mesh really gets snagged on. Gets snagged on other deco mesh. Oh, 4 things. So deco mesh, jewelry, hair, and the worst, very worst one of all, murder to get apart, tool. Keep them separate at all times, under any costs. Okay, and then just kind of work that in, fill that up. See, look, it already looks full. See, it's gappy kind of right here, but it's starting to look nice, full already. Hi, I am almost done, I promise. Okay, squanch it down, grab another. And I'm only going to do this one section, and then I'm going to cut the video, and oops, I almost messed up there. Okay, squanch it down. I'm going to cut the video and fill in the rest of the wreath, and then we'll move on to making the bow. See, this is a pretty simple thing to do. After you've done it a couple of times, it goes by pretty quick. The longest part is doing this blind. Okay, yeah, now we're in the middle. Okay, pull tight, twist, longest part, cutting your mesh, and then making all your stuff ahead of time. But it's kind of nice making all your stuff ahead of time. That's why I like the style. You can make all your stuff ahead of time. Okay, so this is all full, yeah? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the second section with a cruffle. Or not cruffle, a ruffle. Silly me. Oh. And I just said silly me in the same tone that I use with my son. That's what happens when you're a mom. You have your mom voice, and it just happens. It just comes out. Okay. Let's see, and we can twist around, kind of pull those nice curls out that you worked on. Okay, and it's just nice. You've got color variation. You're nice and full. See, and look, that's the start of things. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, I'm gonna cut the video. I'm gonna go find out what my son needs. Something to do with Thomas the Train. And then I will be back and we will work on the bow. Okay.